Hello.
I guess we're the early birds.
I guess so. Where are you located, Miss Judy?
Cove, Arkansas.
Arkansas. Did you guys get any of the snow that came up through Texas?
No, we didn't. It missed us.
Yep.
But I think we're going to get some this coming week now. Maybe some ice. I hope it's snow and not ice.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get ice storms here and they're just, no
Yeah.
power for 4 days or a week or so.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
We're in northern Kentucky, so
Oh,
we're
okay.
in a county just south of Cincinnati. We got two inches out here at our farm, and then just 10 miles north, they got 7, 8 inches, 10 inches up in Cincinnati.
I did the Quarantine Dulcimer Festival on the weekend, and one of the ladies there lives in New Jersey. She said they had 30 inches of snow.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know where she lived in New Jersey, but it's like, oh my gosh. I know my cousins in Pennsylvania. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and they got a lot up in south central Pennsylvania.
Yeah. That's what it was like when I was a kid in Michigan. It'd snow on Thanksgiving around then, and then you'd never see the ground again until March or April.
Yeah. Well, that's one reason we left Pennsylvania. We just got tired of all the snow and all the shoveling, and we don't have any kids, so we don't have anybody to go out there and say, hey, shovel that snow, So
Yeah.
we like it down here. I do miss seeing a little bit of snow, but I'm happy if we don't have it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm having a blast with this class. I think Montana is just a really good teacher. She's so much fun to watch her do what she does.
Yeah. Well, I signed up for it because it was said beginner intermediate, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So, I can't benefit from her experience because I'm not that far along,
Yeah. Well, you'll get there. It's pretty amazing. If you have a chance to go to Cowan Live whenever, probably 2022, they've already said 21's a wash. But if you get a chance to go live, it's such a great place. It's so cool, and the community is really, really just sweet natured. Just all, they just take in the new person and just cover you up. Oh, Melinda.
She's turned green.
Kermit says it isn't easy being green.
Yeah, really.
Very, very difficult.
But he can play the banjo.
Yes, he can. Therefore, he's sitting in for me right now.
There you go.
Because I cannot.
The Steve Martin visit with Kermit playing Rainbow Connection was the best episode ever. Hey, Steve.
Hey Tony, how you doing?
Good. Hey, I found your all's business card, and I
Yeah.
tried to give you a call earlier today,
Oh,
um, and I guess it's hooked up to your shop.
yeah. I'm kind of. I don't usually look at that number, the messages or anything on that.
Gotcha.
Use my cell phone. I can give you my cell phone number.
Okay, hold on. Let me get something to write with. Here, I'll just write it on your card.
Yeah, there you go.
I got John Haywood's little tattoo sticker on my little book that I had from I kept notes in. Here it
Here's a
is.
sticker on my arm.
New Lancaster General Store, Middle Creek Winery. All right, man, I'm ready.
913
Say that again.
837 913
913
837
837
0176.
0176. So 913 837 0176.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And we'll be back open in April 1st is what we're shooting for.
Gotcha.
So,
All right. Well, cool.
hi, Eileen.
There's Miss Eileen.
Steve,
Hi.
how are you? How you doing, Steve?
Judy,
Hi there.
doing all right.
What day is your birthday, Steve?
Oh, it's January 25th.
Mine's the 19th.
You're an Aquarian.
No, I'm a Capricorn. I'm on the cusp of Aquarius,
That's right, you are. Sorry.
you know?
Steve, you and my oldest have the same birthday.
Really?
Yeah. She turned 18.
Oh, to be 18 again. Oh,
Oh, I
my.
know. I know.
To have your oldest only be 18 again. Been a while for me.
I got grandkids that are 13.
Aw.
So they're climbing up there.
So, Melinda, where in Dayton are you? I've never seen you at the old time jams.
What old time jam?
There's an old time jam, or there was in the before COVID times, every Wednesday at the trolley stop downtown at 8 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's late for me,
it is late for me.
especially.
But it's
I,
so much fun that I go anyway.
yeah, I'm out between Cedarville and Jamestown. So if I'm looking for fun, I go to the Clifton Opera House
Okay.
for live music. But I'm also part of the Dayton Dulcimer Club, Dayton Mountain Dulcimer Society.
I did not know that was a thing. Someone gave me a dulcimer. I think I need to join your club.
I think
Wow.
you need to. I think you need to. Although we're only doing virtual right now too, which is kind of tough. But yeah, and sometimes people will play a banjo on a song here or there, but I leave that to the better banjo players. They don't.
Eileen, you definitely need to learn to play the dulcimer. You'd love it.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm a
agree.
dulcimer
Yeah.
player.
It's a
I'm a
beautiful
dulcimer
instrument.
player.
We'll teach
Yeah.
you how to play the dulcimer there too. Yes.
Sarah Kate Morgan is a really good dulcimer teacher. She's an amazing
amazing.
player too.
Yeah.
I'm taking her class right now on Monday nights, and she's forcing me to like follow her fingers instead of paper, and it's really hard for me. I need every clue I can get to figure out what I'm doing with music. It doesn't come naturally. So, she's very good. I met her years ago at a festival up in northeastern Ohio, when she
Wow.
was still just a early college student, I think. And of course, I didn't. You could always go down to Kentucky Music Week in June. They have banjo and dulcimer classes down there. That's a really fun time. I think they're going to try to have it this year, but I'm not such a believer yet.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I met Steve at Cowan. He and I were at Cowan, and that's where I met Montana and Linda Jean and all kinds of people. That was really fun. That was magical.
What do they do down there? Like, how long is it, and what goes on? Like,
It's a week long, and you do classes, like formal classes in the morning, and then they feed you lunch, and it's delicious. And then they have jams and workshops in the afternoons, and then you're kind of free. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they had square dances, and then Tuesday, Thursday, they had concerts in the evening. And then everyone stays at this one little hotel and jams all night long. So it was so fun. Yeah, it's worth the trip.
I would love to do that.
Are you talking about Cowan Creek?
Yes.
I've heard that it sometimes overlaps with Kentucky Music Week.
That was my question. When do you remember when that was?
What's Kentucky Music Week? Where's that?
Bardstown.
Oh.
Well, we could use some banjo teachers there. We have Mr. David Brooks, but Kathy Barton passed away a little over a year ago, and then Pickow, what's his first name?
John.
John just passed away too.
You did?
Yes, he had some health problems, and he canceled the last time we had Kentucky Music Week. I believe he was having some problems. Maybe I'll just have to throw Montana's name in the hat. They can give her a call. I don't know if she'd be interested in that or not.
I'm pretty free.
Well, there you go.
Especially right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, congrats on the singles.
Thank you.
They're
Thank you.
amazing. Yeah, I listened to them today.
Really, really fun to do. That was I was having a talk with Linda just before this, and I was like, we were talking about releasing it and everything coming out. I was like, of all the things that we've done and released and put together, doing these 2 singles along with the video, like the little mini doc that accompanied it, is I'm like the most proud of these projects. So it's a good feeling. It's like, kind of creeping into the electric realm. So I hope we don't get shunned, like, Newport folk, Bob Dylan kind of thing. But it's really fun. It's been a cool project to work on, and eventually during this class we're going to learn some of Jimmy McCowan's music, because y'all sitting here talking about music camps and Cowan Creek and stuff like that. If you never got to go to Cowan Creek in the past, Jimmy McCowan was pretty much everybody's favorite person there. Wouldn't you agree, Arlo? I mean, like, everybody loved Jimmy, and he loved everybody, and really made that place feel so homey right off the bat. So I miss him a lot.
Yeah, me too. Taught me how to play the fiddle.
Yeah. Yeah. So I sent that recording to Ada yesterday, and kind of wanted to be like, trigger warning, because it makes me cry to still see him and hear him on those recordings. It was interesting. Like, we recorded the song with him, and then we sat on it for a long time and didn't know what to do with it. And then pandemic, we were like, what do you do with these songs? And then we had decided that we were going to release them. And me and Linda went on a trip somewhere. We went to a photography workshop, and on the way home, we were going to call him and see, because we were coming through Ashland, and he bounces back and forth between Ashland and Pike County. And we were going to call him and see if he was around, and we were going to saw him have dinner with him or something. And we never did. We were tired. It was a long drive, so we just kind of blew on through. And then later that week, we heard that he passed away. And then Linda surprised me with a different version of that song of Octavia Triangle, which is the final version that we have now that has that little sound bite of him talking at the beginning. And that was, I did my little sneaky recorder trick, you know, on my phone, and recorded him telling me about that song and playing it for me the first time. And I had sent that, I put that in a Google Drive, you know, we had a drive with all the stuff that we wanted to put in it. And so she had gone and asked our engineer to cut that up and put it in it, and then surprised me with it. So I was just like, oh my God, what are you doing? You know? So it's a special recording to me. I don't care if anybody else likes it. I love it. Okay, well, how's everybody's week been?
Snow day.
Yeah, waltzes on the banjo are just that. They're waltzes on the banjo. So they can get a little hairy.
What was the name of Eileen's request?
Say that again.
What was the name of Eileen's request?
Called Hares on the Mountain. And hares as in a rabbit, not hares. And it's we recorded it on our first album. But you don't have to listen to that version. There's lots of other versions out there. So
It's my favorite version. I'm not kissing up. It is my favorite.
Well, have you listened to Lankum's version and Rady Pete?
I heard an Irish version. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's a beautiful girl and guy, and they're singing. They're some of our very good friends, and if you haven't heard that version, it's gonna be your favorite version because it's the best. And that's who we learned it from. That's who we learned it from in Ireland. So we'll get to that one. That'll be a fun one to do. So we're gonna do the cuckoo in G modal. All right. Now keep in mind, you can do the cuckoo in A modal. You can do it in B modal. I don't care. Just use your capo, and it's a singing tune. So use it, figure out where you sing it best. I don't know if I sing it best in G, but that's where we're going to do it today because I don't have my capo. Now I'm going to play a little bit of it for you. I only know one verse of this song, so that's all I'm going to sing. But it's a simple one. She's a pretty bird, and she warbles. She flies. She never hollers cuckoo till the 14th. So on and so forth. So very simple. We can definitely learn this in 30 minutes or less. And it's a very repetitive song, but we're going to work on, instead of I'm not sure how other people play that. I do this trick. I'm going to kind of start breaking it down for you. And this is the most important part of playing this tune, I believe. Let me attach this. this rake, okay? That's what I call it, a rake. All right. Basically, all it is a slowed down version of your brush stroke. So if you watch my right hand, I'm just going rake, thumb, and then I'm going to couple that up and go. I'm going to show you my left hand in just a second. So if you kind of get that in your head, it almost sounds like a cash register. Y'all remember cash registers? It's not really a thing no more, is it?
Is G modal?
And you notice that my hand does not go far. When my thumb hits that fifth string, it halts. So you're just kind of raking across all the strings with that back of your nail. And you're kind of making it full and accentuating them. So after the rake, thumb, you're going to hit the open 2. And then you're going to do a drop thumb. Drop thumb, 3, open. That's on the 3rd fret, 3rd string.
How do I get to G? How do I get to G modal?
Oh yeah, Eileen just sent it to you in the comments. It's G from the 5th string, G, D, G, C, D. All right, let me know if you need more than that. So we go rake, thumb, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. So that's the notes. I'm just picking them with my thumb right now. And then when I add my rhythm to it, it's going to go. Okay. Now let's do the second part of that A. You're going to go right back to your rakes. That's all there is to that. That's the only difference. Open, slide. On the 2nd string, slide 1 to 2. All right. One more time for that. Good. Now let's go back to the beginning. I'm going to play it through slowly. There's all that. And then we go right back and play that same beginning part. Then we're going to do an ending lick here. And that's all it is. It's just, it's hammer on, drop thumb, 3, open. So putting that together, those two parts. Again. Okay, that's the whole A part. Questions, comments, thoughts, concerns?
I hate to say it, but in the very beginning, I'm not sure what strings you're hitting in the very first phrase.
In the brum bum brum bum.
I got that,
Okay.
but it's when you do the drop thumb, and I'm not sure which string you're doing when.
Okay, we can address that easy.
Thank you.
So I do rake, rake, 2, open, and then 1, 2, third string, third fret, open, 3. So you should get that on the recording. If it don't come now, you'll get it on the recording. So
Right. Were you using a drop thumb in that?
but just to show you the notes, I was just picking it out with my thumb and my index finger. But when I do it, I do a drop thumb. So I go rake, thumb, 2, drop thumb, 3, 3, rake, thumb, 2, slide, rake, thumb, 2, drop thumb, 3. That's another drop thumb. Hammer on 1, 2, 3, 3. Hammer on 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay. I know I've asked this before. Let me ask it again. Who uses drop thumb in their regular everyday playing? Who feels totally comfortable with it? Okay. All right. So mostly everybody. Awesome. Awesome. It can get confusing. I take drop thumbs with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I use them in places that other people might not. Other people use it in places that I would not use them. Some people overuse them. Some people underuse them. Take it for what you want. Okay. All right. So I'm going to play that A part all the way through one time. All right. And I'm doing a moderate pace. So play along if you want. 1, 2, ready, go. Like we talked about before, is like when you are singing with the banjo, your singing is going to be the first thing that people take in. That's going to be what gets into them deeper than your banjo playing. The banjo playing is just an extra element onto that to connect. It is an agent, to connect. So you need to take the agency, to connect your voice with your banjo. So Cuckoo is just exactly that. All right, it's going to play the exact melody of what we're singing. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she warbles as she flies. So there's not a lot of notes in there. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird. That's just 3 notes right there. And she warbles, 4, as she flies, same 3 notes. Okay, so most notes we have in here is about 4. Here's the B part. So simple. Okay, it's all on that 3rd fret. We're going starting on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, hammering on. Oh, that. Oh, the cuckoo. Then going 4, 3. Again, she's a pretty bird. Then we'll do that hammer on that we did in the A part. And she waddles as she flies. She never hollers cuckoo till the 4th lane. There you go, right into it. B part. Okay. Singing and playing. And I know I've talked about it before. So when I'm singing that B part, she's pretty bird, and she waddles and she flies. She never hollers cuckoo till the 4th lane. So that little ghost note is what Jesse Wells described it to me at first. A ghost note. A little rhythmic notation to add onto your banjo playing to make it sound like there's more than one instrument playing. So to hear Bum Diddy in G modal, if I just add this little finger work, basically all I'm doing is pulling off on my 1st string, 3rd fret. Now, normally when you do a pull off, you are striking that note with your right hand, right? So if I pull off here, I'm actually physically striking that 1st note. With this ghost note, I'm not hitting that note directly. I'm hitting it in the, just kind of like, I'm hitting all my notes. If I had to choose one note, one string that I'm particularly laying into, it'd be my 4th string, right? Because it's got that deep mellow tone. I can do that here. And then the right hand just does the bum ditty as it normally would. And I can substitute that in wherever I want. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird. She flies, she never hollers cuckoo till the 4th lane. So, 15 minutes, that's all it took us to learn the cuckoo. Does anybody feel like they learned it? Minnie's like, no.
The hazard with me right now is that I learned it a different way before. So
Yeah.
Your notes are happening in different places. So it's a bit baffling to me.
Yeah. And there's probably not as many notes. This was one of the first tunes that I learned 9 years ago when I learned how to play the banjo. And I have not adapted it much since, because I feel like it works for me. and that's, you know, that's an important thing too, is make sure that what you're playing works for you. The same advice that you take into hiring an accountant, use that with the songs that you so choose to sing. Make sure that they work for you. Any more questions about the Cuckoo? What can I help you with? Are we back on? I think it
I
froze
like
for a
the Bob
second.
Dylan version.
Say that again, Steve, please.
I like the Bob Dylan version.
Oh yeah, yeah. The version that I know the best is the Gene Ritchie version, which is timeless. Fun fact, Gene Ritchie was a distant cousin of mine on two sides of my family. My mom had double first cousins that both were kin to the Ritchie family. And my mom has a corn shuck doll that she made when she was a little girl with Gene's sister, Kizzy. She said she never really knew Gene, but she knew Kizzy because she married into my mom's family. So I never got to meet her though. And she lived forever. Okay. I'm trying to think if we have time. All right. I'm trying to think what we can do with this extra time. We only have 10 minutes, so it's not really wise to start on something new. I think the Cuckoo will be enough to keep y'all busy for another week. It's one of these tunes that you can just kind of meditate into. You just can play it for hours. It's classic, old time. Lots of great versions out there. I saw a version of Billy Strings playing it the other day. Doc Watson doing it. Because anything Doc Watson did, Billy Strings does. And but yeah, I hope y'all enjoy that one. What do y'all feel like next week? How do you feel about next week? Any requests? Anything y'all have been listening to that you're like want to talk about or tinker on? I can only do my best. Keep in mind, my best is not as good as the rest. Yeah. Okay.
I'd like to do some double C tuning.
My man.
There's a lot of stuff in that.
Yep. I was thinking because we can spend a lot of time in double C tuning. So we're right on the same wavelength there. We've spent a lot of time in G. So we'll be working up to double C, double D tuning. And then I'm also going to throw in some funky tunings for y'all. Like probably Rubens tuning, and just kind of get affiliated with that open tuning. All right, I'm gonna close the breakout room, and ask them to come back and join us.